All right, so on Friday we did 11.3, which had two topics: the slope of a graph at a specific point using a tangent line, and then the derivative. So there are two ways to find the slope, the long way and the short way, okay, or to find the equation that is used to find the slope. So in this question where it says find a formula for the slope of the graph of f at the point and then use it to find the slope at the given point, you can do this two ways. So I'm going to talk about the two ways and then I'm going to keep going. So if I wanted the long way is to find the f of x plus h minus x. So we're finding the difference quotient. So f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. And then we make h 0. That gives you the equation for the line, or the equation that you can use to find slope. And then we use that equation and we plug in the x, and that gives us the actual slope at that given point, okay? That's the long way. This is also the same as finding the derivative. So because we can find the derivative two ways, we can find the derivative using the long way, which is f of x plus h minus f of x over h, then make h 0. That would also result in the same thing as finding the derivative. God bless you. But then we learned how to do the derivative in a much easier way, right? We use the power rule, which is like where you kick the exponent forward, to find the same equation. So on your quiz, I don't care which one you use, okay? I'm going to review both now, but I don't care which one you use on your quiz to find it. Obviously, the second method is easier, but you can, A, use both to check. Two, you can always use that first method. So I'm going to do that one first, and then we'll do the shortcut. For me, I do the shortcut, obviously. All right, so the f of x plus h, first thing I'm going to do is find the f of x plus h. So I take x plus h, and I plug it into the x on the equation that's given. So it'd be 2 times x plus h squared minus 3. And then because we've done x plus h squared a lot, I would say it's one of those things that's easier to memorize. And I get x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 3. Distribute the 2 in, so 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared minus 3 is the first part, the f of x plus h. Then I'm going to do the second part, which is minus f of x. So I'm going to change the signs on my original f of x and align them with what's going to cancel out. So a positive 2x squared becomes a negative 2x squared when I subtract it. And a negative 3 becomes a positive 3 when I subtract it. And those terms cancel. So anything without an h should cancel at that point. Now I take the simplified version, which is 4xh plus 2h squared. I put it all over h, which is the bottom part. And my h's cancel. And I get 4x plus 2h. So that in itself is the difference quotient. To find the equation to use to find slope, we make h 0. So I'd get 4x plus 2 times 0, 4x, is the equation I can use to find the slope. So then I take the x coordinate of the point I'm trying to find the slope at, and I plug it in. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. So negative 8 is the slope of this graph at that point. The other way to find it is find the derivative of your quadratic equation. So 2x squared minus 3. I'm going to bump the 2 forward. 2 times 2 is 4x. I subtract the 1, so it's to the first. And then what's the derivative of any constant? 0. It goes away. So look, I have the same equation, right? And then I can make my x negative 2, and I get negative 8. So you can choose, I would recommend choosing the second method, but you can choose either method to find the slope at that given point. Questions on that one? God bless you. All right, so let's use the power rule here to make this easier. We're going to take that 2, bump it forward and multiply it times the 5. That becomes 10, and then we subtract 1 from the exponent, so that would be 10 to the first. Then we take the 1, that would be the exponent on the x. I bump it forward, I multiply it times the negative 4. That's negative 4. Subtract the 1, and that makes my exponent 0, so the x is going to go away. And then the constant we know goes away because the exponent on the variable there would be 0. So the derivative is 10x minus 4. Good so far? Yes. Okay. Number 3, you've got the variable in the denominator. So before we can use the power rule, what do we got to do? Bring it to the top. Good. So when we bring it to the top, we make it negative. So that's 3 times x to the negative 2 minus 4x. Now that negative exponent gets multiplied by the 3. So negative 3, or positive 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. And subtract the 1. That becomes x to the negative third. Then the 1 on the x gets multiplied by the negative 4, which becomes negative 4. Subtract the 1, the variable goes away. And then we can't leave it like that, so we bring the x back down to the bottom. So it's negative 6 over x to the third minus 4. Questions? All right, any questions on the homework before we move into the quiz review? So the only other kind you had there was the square root, which remember we make the 1/2, which was like what was in the notes. Okay, so tomorrow's quiz is your last quiz of the quarter, minus your project grade, okay, which is due next week. Like project is due a week from today. So we're going to quiz tomorrow, and then Wednesday, Thursday in class, you'll have an opportunity to work on your project. I'm going to give you like a checkpoint at the end of Wednesday where at least you should have the at minimum done, and you're going to turn that in at the end of class on Wednesday. Wednesday is mass. Thursday is pep rally, so we're on a shortened schedule for both. If you know that you're like one of those people that's either involved in liturgy on Wednesday, realize that they're going to work on the project on Wednesday. If you know you're in pep rally club, then realize that we're going to continue to work on the project on Thursday, which means it now gets done on your own time. Just don't wait until Sunday night to do it. That's dumb. Okay? All right, so the quiz itself is 10 questions. It is all multiple choice. And in an ideal world, it is going to be done on lockdown. So you'll do it on Canvas, okay? There's no calculator for any of the questions. The types of questions you're going to see are like so this would be from 11.1 and 11.2 initially, okay? Is how to find the limit from a graph, from an equation, and that equation could be regular or piecewise. Using direct substitution for both of those or for the equation part, okay? And then when we got into 11.2, we had situations in which you couldn't use direct substitution because it would make your function undefined. And so those we have to simplify first. So I'm talking about the ones where we have to factor and simplify, or ones with like a square root that we had to multiply by the opposite and then plug in. And then from 11.3, you're going to be finding the slope. That's an at symbol at a specific point, and just finding the derivative. Okay, also from 11.1, I think it's in 11.1, is your function notation using functions using limit notation. So it'll say like the limit of as x approaches c of f of x is 5, the limit as x approaches c of g of x is negative 2, and then it could ask you to multiply them, add them, square them, like all the things that you're doing just with the value itself. So for example, from a graph like 1 and 2, it's going to ask you to describe the limit, okay? And it says if the limit does not exist, explain why. So what are the 3 ways that make a limit not exist? Good, if it oscillates. Approaches different y values at that point. And what's the last one? God bless you. When else does it not exist?
When is the point of the oscillation? If it increases or decreases
without bound, right? So like we're talking vertical asymptote, right? If my graph turns like this at that point, or it goes like this at that point, right? So increases or decreases without bound. So example, or questions 1 and 2 on the quiz review are going to ask you to determine the limit, and it gives you two values, okay? 3 through 6 are using direct substitution if you can. If you cannot use direct substitution, then you have to simplify first. 7 is using the function notation to evaluate the limit. This could, like this one is like this. It could be adding. It could be adding. It could be subtracting. It could be multiplying with a scalar or multiplying the two together. Okay, it could be dividing. It could be raising to a power. And it could be any combination of those, so just be prepared for anything like that. That, to me, should be like the easiest question on the quiz, and yet people will mess it up just because they don't know, they didn't practice it, and they have no idea how to do it. And then we finish with this is 11.3. So this is your find the slope at a specific point, and then find the derivative like we just did in the warm-up. Questions for me? If not, I'm going to let you work on it. Yeah.
Can you go back?
Mm-hmm.